Gosh.
Hello and good evening. Welcome to the very suspect and often unheard of late night stream from Swift and I. It'll just be me, and the cat just jumped on me. Hello. Ring a ding. How are you all this evening? I got a couple of people requesting of being like, hey, you only ever stream when I'm meant to be sleeping. So I have been meaning to do more of these sort of evening streams. No current schedule for them at all yet. It's just kind of whenever the feeling is like, hey, I had a good day at work and I want to spend some of my kind of evening time playing something and streaming. So the cat currently has its butt in my face. What are you doing? See? Today, India decided that she was going to raise her death so she could work in a standing position, and the cat is currently confused at the fact that they now have like multiple levels to explore. Yeah, bro. Don't walk. Anyway, I was gonna do some sort of like, you know, warm-up drawings or something, and then get to the painting you can see in the thumbnail. This is one I started before on the stream, and I want to maybe see if I can take it through color or something like that, but we'll see. I want to make sure I've figured out all of the composition and stuff. But yeah, I think if I do this and then this, cool. I'm just gonna use the same canvas for a bit. Hide you, make a new layer. Yeah. Let's see, what brush am I using? Probably this one. Hey Devin. I had an okay day, Tyler. How was your day? Maybe go with something a little softer. Sherbert Day, hello. Welcome to a stream. I'm not sure you've been here before. Let me know if you have. My memory is, it has holes. Oh, your ex-fiancé messaged you. That'll help your day. Okay, I think I'll go with this. It's got a good bit of like blendiness. Feels like charcoal in a way. Mia, welcome. This is your first time to the stream. Oh, I'm sure Swifty will be sad to hear that she's missed your maiden voyage. I'm not doing coloring at the moment. I'm just gonna do some like warm-up drawings. I spent today doing like mainly background painting, some After Effects compositing, and some background asset coloring. So if you've not seen these before, I sometimes do figure drawings with bear heads as a sort of fun exercise. So maybe I'll get like reference up and do something like that. Line of action. Goldie, welcome. This is just a sort of impromptu little painting stream. Mechazuk, thanks very much. Yeah, the team did amazing job. This one's cool. The pose is actually very similar to the shape I just mapped out. Let's just go with that. Yeah, I have what you would call opinions about art style. Mainly that I think you should just draw without worrying about what your style is or will be, and just learn to draw from observation and learn the fundamentals first before worrying about, you know, your aesthetic. I think learning how to communicate form and light and color and all that jazz first, you'll just naturally lead into the things that appeal to you. And those appealing elements, when combined, will be how you draw. And it's really that simple. Like, just take the enjoyment and make stuff, and it'll happen. Buggy Knot, hello. Yeah, I think if you have the mentality of like, I think we think of style as a kind of like in limited ways, where we're like, these are the elements that make my style, and when I use them, that's it. But if you think in that sort of framework, then you're not allowing yourself the opportunity to explore and be more freeform. But this is a but, because, you know, life drawing is great. I like to think in, I think I like to paint and sculpt. I'm not much of a drawer. So I tend to just go for shapes first. Her back. I'm glad you can make it as well, Wuggy. Let's see. To the hooky, hello. Going all okay. Let's see. You want to know whether the main character in Starlight Brigade is male or female? I believe officially that the character is male, simply because they're based on a representation of Dan. But both he and the team welcome interpretations of the character. I believe the character was designed to be open to interpretation. Ever since you moved from Dubai, I've been able to check streams. Oh, you moved back to America, Josiah. Gotcha. Hey, Trumpet Cat, you back? And she's licking herself. How like. Rebecca Chan, you think the stream time is way better? Yeah. So I want to do more of these. I don't know how often, I don't know what schedule yet. It's more just, I know that there is a, there are those of you that find it difficult to make it to the usual slots, and so I want to try and be more accommodating, and also like have the opportunity to meet and talk with those that, you know, are interested in what Sif and I do, but have their own like time zones they live in. So for me, it's almost midnight, but I'm fairly awake. So. I did mean to start earlier, but I had some stuff to finish up. I always get a little stuck on the structure of the neck connecting to the head. Hey Mark. Oh, we got Gorshed. I think we got a follow earlier that I missed, so I apologize for that. But Dragon Pinata, welcome, and thank you. Yeah, drawing butt. Par for the course, really. Oh gosh, I have to do it. Woggy Nut, yeah. Woggy's a good friend, in the sense that he's amongst a group of friends and I would like to get to know them better. It's still as difficult as the other stream times. Hi, are you in Europe? Wait, you must be slightly further east of where I am as well. Well, as they say in the creative community, you can't please everyone, so you shouldn't try. Well, thank you for saying hi, Unknown. Let's see. Oh, wait. So this form is lighter here, and then it goes into a dark form here. Okay, cool. And then there's a bit of a shadow here. This has been me figuring stuff out and warming up. So please don't take this as a how to draw. We're still closer to your time zone than other YouTubers. Yay, Europeans unite. Okay, let's see. We'll do for one gesture. Let's give a head. Back. Drop some of these. Hey, Cheshire. This one I'll do. Oh, no worries, Rebecca. And following on the YouTube while you're on the YouTube, you will find a variety of older animations that we've made and Let's Plays that we attempted. We did a couple series of Hollow Knight and Night in the Woods that were pretty fun. So what is everyone else up to? Are you enjoying your Chex Watch Thursday? Hollow Knight is really pretty. Like, that game seriously blew us away. Like, we started the Let's Play with like, oh, this would be a cute little like platformer, and then suddenly we're just sucked into an incredible world with amazing lore. She's like that, and that. The games have to have a version of night for them to do a Let's Play. Imagine if that was their theme. That was just happened to happen. It was I think India backed both of them on Kickstarter, and so we're like, okay, cool. They're out now. Gosh, I'm liking this brush. It reminds me of like the broad side of a piece of charcoal. That's more like this triangle. Yeah, I'm liking the square brush. This is I must have used this before, but feels pretty good for gestures. Oh, hey Renee. For those of you that are or not aware, Renee was one of the background artists on Starlight Brigade. I say one of them, like there was myself and Renee, and toward the end, Swifty like plugged some background gaps that I had left. Wuggy's noticed you, Renee. Renee taught me about the fact that you can use like the pencil tool to create shapes in Photoshop, and then you use those shapes to use brush strokes. Hello. Which was a godsend when doing some of the ship interiors and things like that. Like particularly, I saw Renee doing it on Strive's dashboard. I was like, how the hell did you ink that design so fast? Because it took me like the better part of a day to like rough it out, and I think like a couple hours later or something, Renee was like, "Boop, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, how did you clean it up? So what? And then she's like, "Oh, I just did this," and I'm like that was a point where I'm like, I'm super glad that we came to Renee, because she was like not only helping us make the backgrounds, she was like literally helping me make my own backgrounds just by existing. Yeah, give Renee a follow. She's freaking amazing. And it was also Renee's birthday recently, so that's cool. She's a champion. Yeah. Okay, let's do that, and then yeah, sub. Hey, Orlando. Someone asked me on Twitter earlier if I sold my brush set, and I just realized I hadn't replied to them. Crap. You're probably not listening to this, but because I'm thinking of it now, no, I don't, because a lot of my brush sets are found from elsewhere, and I can probably just kind of point you at where I got them from. / probably just share the set that I've curated. Maybe, yeah. I'll do that on my next Patreon post. I'll just be like, here is the brush set. What kind of markers or color pencils do I use that are good? I don't know. I don't tend to use those. So my my advice would be to ask those that do. The pressure doesn't work for your Photoshop, but that's like an integral part of brushes. I live with someone, and they asked me for brushes, and I made a deal with them that they were only allowed. I was only going to send them if they would agree to use the graphics tablet to use them with, and they relented because they usually be using the mouse, and they were like, "Oh, I get it now." It might be that your tablet driver has like malfunctioned. There's a way to like restart stuff for that. But if it survived like a computer restart, then it's probably something else. Have we felt all of the fan art and responded? We've seen a fair bit of it. I have TweetDeck trained to kind of search Twitter for anyone mentioning the video. We try to retweet and support the ones we've seen. It's crazy, really, how fast artists are. Oh, this lag is awful. That's all I get for not zooming out. It's hard. She's got like foreshortening on one of her legs, and it's kind of like going back into space. Arrgh. Guess I could use the shadow to inform, like, because this side is like more shadow coming down to the foot. How fast, Rolando? Oh, how have we felt with it? The reaction to the video. It's been really nice. I think I got like the couple days after or the day after it kind of sunk in, and seeing like each fan art piece kind of made me get like happy tears. I think because we wanted to make something that resonated with people and that made people feel the way we felt about stuff that inspired us. It was really nice to see that was happening for people. I don't think it's far-fetched to say that, because people like literally typed it, unless a fair few hundred people were just joshing, and I think it hit home in some way. if you've if you've been working in the industry for a bit, like there's this thing where you explain what you do, and if you've worked on something that people have heard of, you can kind of usually go, oh, you know, I worked on this, and they're like, oh no, I get it. But for like 10 years I've worked on things you've never heard of. So it's nice to be able to be like, oh yeah, no, I worked on this. And for there to be like a 1 to 2% chance the person will go, oh cool. It inspired you to start animating, or to stop putting off animating. Is that something that you had been wanting to do, Sherbert? Okay, I think I've doodled on this enough. I don't know, am I leaving it halfway done? Kind of. You were in a creative writing degree just now, but you plan on going back for animation. So like you can switch course, or like switch what your major is or something. I think any more complete, I might get a nudity flag. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay. You were lurking poorly. I think you were successfully lurking until you told me you were lurking. Clickety click click click. That's well, I know India's been enjoying you expanding on the events and characters of Starlight, Sherbert. Maybe I should do an animation right now. Wouldn't that be novel? I kind of do want to do some animating. We had a collab that started like 18 months ago and has had to sort of be put on the back burner. Like both India and I finished shots for it, and there's a couple like shots left. But we're thinking that for the next kind of morning streams, India and I will work on a couple more shots for it. So it means I'll be animating something. No idea what yet. Okay, Cheshire. Take care. Yeah, I've seen a couple of cosplayers. It's super cool. During the production, we're like, imagine what would you do if you saw like a Strive at a convention, and I don't think we like really believed it would happen. Bye, Dano. Yeah, it would be cool to finish the ABC because like it'd be nice to celebrate and upload it so like more people can see what all the like hard work people have done. Voodoo Draws, hello. I don't usually do streams this late. This is like a new thing I wanted to start doing. Oh, you're saying bye to Cheshire. Gotcha. Rolando, there's a fair few coming through, so let me just scroll up and see what you were saying. Do I like animating hair? It's not something I've done a lot of. And you also said that you understand that you can apply a ton of movement between frames if you do anticipation and reaction frames to imply movement and timing. I think that's totally true. There's a lot that you can do on 2s and 3s that you don't have to describe the whole movement as long as you get like the timing and the spacing feeling accurate. Hey Verity. I think if I were to cosplay one of them, I'd probably be Meowth. Although, in saying that, maybe I'd do Phobos, so I don't have to get my my killer abs out in public. You don't have to lurk more, Rolando. Like, if I miss something, like, just let me know or repeat it or copy paste or something. Have to be honest, I'm not used to keeping up with really active chat. So get a fake muscle shirt. A Meowth cosplay would be great, huh? I'm sure there'll be one at some point. The model of the girl in the glim was just like a little fun thing. When we first worked on the book, I did a couple of environment models to help India plot stuff out, particularly for the library and the classroom. And in those, I made like a little scale model of Midge, but it was really rough and didn't look like her at all. So it gave me the itch to make a proper model, and that's the one I uploaded. This is pretty cool to try and work. Like the reference I have for this is like very silhouetted. It's interesting to work in this way. Like there's a slight bit of light on her flank here. Can't believe I just used the word flank, like unironically. It's got a cool cut in here. And then there's a really harsh light on her shoulder and head. Oh, thanks, Nikki. And Nikki, Volume 2 is still planned to be done. It's just we had the opportunity to work on the music video, and that took up a lot of both India and my time. Figure studies are like one of my favorite things to do artistically. It's just I find a lot of fun in it. Is it evil if someone's cat accidentally gets babies just because that person didn't sterilize her to get babies from a cat shelter instead? Don't know if evil, unfortunate maybe. So what did Dan say about the animation? He was appreciative. Yeah. I can't quote you what he said exactly, off the top of my head, but like, he liked it. Do a few more of what? And I can start making 6 figures a night. Did I ever get the chance to speak with him? Yeah, at the start of the project, we ran a call with him and we pitched the... Well, I think there was an initial kind of meeting to discuss what they wanted, and then another call to pitch pitch Starlight Brigade, the video we were going to make. Oh, more of these streams and I'll draw 6 figures per night. That took way too long. I'm actually like embarrassed that I didn't realize what you meant sooner. Brenda Wu, good morning. It's 7 AM. That's awesome. That's usually the time I start streaming here. Yeah, the Starlight Brigade designs, they went through a few iterations, but each one was an attempt to make them distinct, but also not too difficult to draw for animation, which I think means that the there's not a lot of complicated things to make for a cosplay, and they're kind of easily recognizable. That's cool, Rabbit. I love it. I love that it's a GIF as well. It's a shame I can't like put the oh, it's still on stream just now. Cool. Yeah, it's midnight in Ireland, just after. TJ, we did. India was the director, and I helped her, credited as art director. So yeah, there was a team of 8 of us that made it over the course of about 9 months. We made a baby. I'm gonna assume that you liked it. With the Starlight Baby was it wrapped up in March. And then the band showed it at their show at the end of March. And then we've just kind of been waiting for it to drop ever since. Although in the interim period between finishing the animation, there was a bunch of time where we were making merch. But I can't tell you what the merch is. NDAs are hard. Commander March. I didn't really get to draw Strive that much during the production. For like a week or something, I was doing a Strive a day, and I was just kind of like, you know, doodling the dude. But yeah, I guess I could say that like my responsibility on Strive was I was the color design for all the characters, so I worked out and picked the Strive's color. Don't remember when he got the like the fluffy pink under hair thing. It's one of my favorite things about his design. Color is very important for a Setai team. Is that like a Power Rangers team or something? Because we in the initial pitch, it was always designed that the ships would have rainbow trails at the end to do the Dark Side of the Moon reference. Plus the band themselves had very distinct colors, each of them. I think we had to decide that Hav would be green because he's just kind of black, white, and red in the band costume. So we kind of made him like a metallic green a little. Right. I messed up his jaw, but she. Electric Caddy, you're working on a Strive cosplay right now, just waiting for the mail to arrive. Oh. That's exciting. What are you waiting on? Phobos was a tough one because we had to limit the amount of red so that the kind of eye flash later on felt more of a contrast. So to begin with, Phobos is described as a red that's more purplish. That was fun to work out. The track list I have is from Epidemic Sound, so it's one that I curated that was just like cool and inspiring chill out things. Your Starlight Sun has been on hold because you've been feeling sick. That sucks. I hate feeling ill. I was coughing for months toward the end of spring. Thank you, Insomnia. We worked like we worked really hard. Not gonna lie, it was tough, and we knew that we were biting off way more than we could chew. Oh, his fluffy ears. Such fluff. I think I maybe put his mouth too low. I'm still getting kind of used to drawing. You were debating whether to, and then India said she would die if she saw someone. Like, the next challenge, I think, is getting India to a convention where people will be cosplaying the characters at. It makes sense that the SB team are all male because they're designed after the band members, but I have to imagine if there was a show made, the creators changed things up. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think the supporting cast would probably balance things out. Oh yeah, no, the rabbit, they are floofy. They're almost like I think they're based on, you know, when you see a feather, and then there's always that kind of like little bit of floof at the bottom of a feather. Then that is the at least to my knowledge, that's the thinking behind the floof. You sent Elle a tweet to asking to see the Gem and Strive chest completely, and she's keeping an eye out and kind of freaking out. Is the flute part of his ears or ear hair like an old man? I think they're like part of his ears. Yeah, Strive was very much kind of based on birds for a lot of it. There's a type of bird called a starling that a lot of influence was taken from for Strive's kind of design, just for the freedom of flight and all that good stuff. But this is a lot of this is Swifty's thinking. I got carried away with the doodle. I made a Strive drawing. I did not intend to do that. He is hella fun to draw, right? Did I go too big on the hair? Maybe I'll pull that back. What's up with the random stream? You try and like do something nice and everyone's like, hey, what are you doing? Bless this doodle. It's kind of part of the figure next to him. You, Toad's welcome. Thank you for coming and hanging out and watching me draw. Oh, by the way, if you're out there in the world and people are like, hey, you seen that video? And then people are like, oh, how do you know their name? That was me. You're like, oh, how did Strive get their name? I was dumb. Because I'm proud of that name. Like, I remember, I think it was like when India was still pitching. Might have been slightly after that, or like maybe she was. Maybe we were in the concert phase. But yeah, there was like, oh, what would be a good name for this sort of theme? I was like, well, what about Strive? And it just was like, yep, no other names considered. That's it, done. Doig, streamers whose primary profession is streaming tend to rely on regular streaming timing of streams to maintain an audience. Well, India and I stream regularly. I just want to engage with and build said audience. Someone made an evil Strive and dubbed them Strife. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, please. Thank you. I just got offered some tea. Have I ever seen or played? Yeah, I've played Shadow of the Colossus. That game was fun. We're kind of just A-posing Strive, but yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Like, engaging with you all is like really fun. I don't know how else to put it. India is upstairs. She's in the kitchen. I think she was just drawing and chilling out, and kind of doing the same thing I am, but off stream. You're walking on a treadmill. That's awesome. I kind of wished one time that I could get a treadmill from my like standing desk. Hey Sarkat, welcome to the stream. Been a while. It's going okay. I'm doing fan art of Strive, the protagonist of a music video that came out recently. I might flip the slag, might be a little bit too turned. do we own the rights to the music video, or does the band? Because the band commissioned the video, the band owned the rights to the video. Is there a reason in mind for striving as people to crystal in their chest, and what would it do? There is a reason for it, and I've seen some theories out there that are fairly close to the mark in regards to that. And I like that there is theories, so I'm gonna leave it open. There was thinking behind them, so I know that's not as satisfying an answer as you think I might give, but I think it's more satisfying to guess at that kind of stuff than to just kind of know the finite answer I could give you. Oh, Sarkat, if you Google or search on YouTube, there's a video called Starlight Brigade, TWRP Starlight Brigade. It was something that India and I worked on the last year and a bit. Did we have the model sheets that are appearing on Twitter for the time you were working on the vid? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for linking. I'm not sure that'll come through on the YouTube side, but yeah. Well, keep making cool things, Lanigans, and you never know. Like, it wouldn't be too far to say that everyone, well, most of the team on Starlight Brigade were hired out of the peg bar. It was only David Liu, really, that hey Atler. Only David Liu that was sort of a wild card, and we approached David to ask him about creating the retro anime look, and he gave us some like fantastic advice on like how to achieve that. We ended up going a different way for it, but what we learned from those experiments with David's advice gave us the sort of grounding that we needed to know, like what made it feel that way. But he ended up being so invaluable and such a positive influence that we were like, well, we need X amount of scenes cleaned up. Do we know any cleanup artists? And I think around the same time, David had just released like an animation test he'd done for Space Maria, and we were like, that's pretty cool, and like what we are aiming for and what we need. Oh shit, Tyler, David found his way into the back bar because I was like, hey dude, you want to come into the server that I run? And I held off inviting him because I didn't want to distract him. You got to the crowds and you were like, wait, I recognize those names. This is where I suck at hands and I give up. Okay. Let's do. Yeah, just here. Cups. I do have a lot of cups now, don't I? I've got my big cup here. Check out the size of this. I just use it. Oh, was it Shira that invited you into the peg bar? That's cool. I've been given tea. Oh, blank canvas. Okay, here's Strive. And then let's do one of those cool arrangey things where I go, give me a new version of that. And I do that. And then I do that. And then that means you can always see what I'm drawing. Swift and I are based in Ireland, yeah. Yeah. We've lived here for like 3 years now. See you, Nikki. Bye-bye. What kind of tea? Literally someone like, it is Lion's tea. Lion's black tea. Thank you very much. Anna, hello. You're studying Ballyfermot for animation. That's awesome. Is Ballyfermot in Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland? Declan, probably not. In Dublin? Oh, cool. Unfriended. You're close by then. Oh, thank you. Also, Wig drink berries. Wig? Wig drink? Oh, you've just been listening to me. I wasn't drawing this. Literally just switched to this as the main feature of the stream. Friendly reminder that you're an amazing artist. Thank you. More so near Bray. Gotcha. Cool. How's the course going? Are you in are you far into the course? How is it? Like, it's been a while since I've been at school. Oh, that's good. Oh, cool, Sarkat. Welcome back. Let's see. Are you able to see the full thing? Right. Yeah. If I bring this over a little bit. There you go. You're hoping to specialize in layout. Oh, that's cool. Have you ever heard of a book called I think it's called Picture the Scene? Let me check. Sorry, it's called Setting the Scene. Wow, okay. I was gonna recommend this book, but on Amazon it's $140. And wow. I guess there was a limited run of it. But it's a book about like layout, written by the animation tutor that I had. I can't believe they're so expensive, I guess. Well, if you ever want to meet up in Dublin and look at this book, I have a copy. There might be a PDF of it somewhere, yeah. There's these amazing layouts. He went to like animation archives and just got all the stuff he could. But yeah, if you want to specialize in layout, it's a very comprehensive book. Genau. Thank you. Squeaky chair. Okay, so let's take a step back and see. So I want this area to be kind of vibrant. So like say the glow of the gem gonna hit these art. Yeah. Down low. Vivid light. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Soften that down a little. Your layout teacher worked with Don Bluth. That's really cool. But yeah, if you're just joining the stream, this is my name is Michael. Hello, and I'm a colorist, and I'm currently doing a fan art of a character called Strive from a music video for TWRP song Starlight Brigade, which I highly recommend you check out. I usually rush to color, but this time I'm sort of taking my time and really working at the values first. It would be cool if it's sort of catching. Just to show that form rather than it being like completely flat. What programs have you used for the video overall? So it was animated in Toon Boom, and then backgrounds were mainly done in Photoshop, and it was composited in After Effects and put together. Yeah. Brenda asks, were you guys fans of TWRP before they commissioned the video? Yes, very much so. And so, being approached to make a video for them was daunting. Like, it was really cool to see that we had the opportunity to make something for someone that we liked and cared about. I think a big part of the process, Dan included, a big part of the process for us was making something that would both push ourselves forward but also push the band forward. Like, we think they're really cool people, and they have a lot of positivity in the songs that they write and the things that they create, and I think we need more of that. So the opportunity to like help them reach more people was really cool. Oh, we got Gorshed. Let me just, I can bring up the Ganal, thank you for the follow. It was when I first met India, she was the one that introduced me to Game Grumps. Like, I remember the first summer of knowing her, she was like, "Oh, do you want to listen to Game Grumps?" And I was like, "What's Game Grumps?" And she's like, "Oh, it's this cool channel. I listen to it while I work." And I spent our kind of first summer together listening to Aaron and John play through Sonic 06. Still can't believe they didn't finish that series. But the summer I first met India was the same summer that Dan became the new Grump. And it's been a pretty cool journey since. Getting some tea. Hey, Claire. Your two best friends bonded over Game Grumps as well. We're now dating. That's sweet. Here's a fun story. The year that the animated Grump thing happened, I was meant to be helping India with the animated grump thing that we did, and a couple of days before I was gonna start doing that with helping her, she'd been storyboarding it through December, I think. January we were visiting parents, and then we came back, and then like 2 days later I got a phone call that my mum had been hospitalized. She'd collapsed at work. It turns out that a blood vessel in her brain, somewhere in there, had burst, and so I think it's called an embolism. I say I think because I want to sound flippant, but it's called an embolism, and it's what happened to my mum. And so I flew over to visit her in hospital, because by the time I got over, she was being taken in for an operation to fix stuff. I had to spend like the first part of that year really worried and scared for my mum. And after about 2 weeks, like, she was in recovery, everything was going okay and fine and everything. But I knew that, like, India had committed herself to doing this part in the Game Grumps, so I once I knew my mum was okay, I flew back. But what it meant was that instead of having 4 weeks to put the animated grump section together, I had 10 days. So that whole month was crazy. I got it in on time though. Alright, I think I'm just telling this because that was the start of the kind of journey to... Did I say embolism? Aneurysm? It might be an aneurysm. Aneurysm sounds better. I think that actually was it was. I think it was like an aneurysm caused from an embolism. Something like that. Did I sleep at all during those 10 days? Not towards the end. But yeah, we got it in, I think, a day late. An aneurysm is like a heart attack in your head. Yeah, I think that was effectively it. Okay, so I want him to be reaching for a star, so I need to extend the canvas, I think. Let me see, why was I telling you that? Oh, because that was like the first step on the Grumps path to working on Starlight Brigade, I think. Because it was make animated grump. Shit, we need to put that on YouTube. Let's make a YouTube channel. Okay, we made a YouTube channel. Hey, we should start streaming. Started streaming. Made a little community of animators. Met all the other animators that worked on Animate Grump. Met Patrick through that. Patrick saw the stuff we could do. Bish bash bosh. Directed a music video. Poodoo, yes. Thunder Thighs, okay. I knew I recognized the name. Let's do that. Yeah. Get there. That's how Knights of the Light Table started. Knights of the Light Table started because Patrick did a couple of Game Grumps animated that were particularly well received and were genuinely awesome. And so I think Dan and Aaron knew of Patrick, and then they approached him with some projects, and one of them was Heartboner that's come out, another one was Starbomb, which has come out, and another one was the TWRP video. Let's see. Sorry, I got distracted. I wanted to have extra room up here, but I need to give myself some background as well. There we go. Cool. Yeah, the 2D animated elements in the Heartboner video was Knights of the Light Table. There was Patrick. There was Parker Pierce. Also animated on the Starbomb video. Renee, who I mentioned earlier, she was the background artist on that. So you know that really cool mural of like unicorns and Dan and the TWRP cherubs, and would they be called TWRPs? Cherubs? Anyway, that was Renee. And I think India did a bit of cleanup and in-betweening and a little bit of animation on Heartboner. Heartboner. Do you guys have any illustrators because you volunteer? Emlet. Emlet's awesome. I think if they need a rose, Emlet would be a good go-to. Emlem. Okay, this isn't a vanity thing. I genuinely think that my restream is like malfunctioning. If you're on the Twitch side and if you're on the YouTube side, can you let me know how many viewers there are at the moment? Because Restream seems to think there's a certain number, and judging by the people talking to me, it feels like lower than what I think it would be. $25. Cool. Okay. Thank you. Restream is not telling me about any of you. And 9 on Twitch. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Restream is telling me that there is 7 people. And so I'm like, that's... cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you for all the numbers. No, it's just because I'm like, there's a lot of talk and chatter, and like, where she was like, hey, it's 7. And I'm like, you are clearly blind. I appreciate that. It saves me from like having to go over to them and be like, physically look at the number. There we go. Secretly 25 lands. 5 browser tabs. Do we play D&D? Oh, Bunfriended. Do we play D&D? We don't actually play D&D together. The Knights of Light table, but myself and India, we've D&D'd for sure. I think Renee D&Ds. Pretty sure she would D&D if she could D&D. Yeah. So myself and India were in the start of the very beginning of a campaign that we had to put off playing for months, but India is playing as a Kenku, which is like a tiny crow-like creature. Her name is Quilt, and she lived above a theater for years, and she is a rogue who likes to pretend to be a bard. And she's can only mimic people, so like her stilted speech is pretty humorous. And I'm playing as a Circle of the Shepherd druid called Bumblebar, who has spent 20 years of his life just hanging out with a group of bears, up until the point that his best bear friend was murdered, and he doesn't know why or who, and that's kind of like the beginning of his quest, is traveling away from the forest and being like a whodunit. Swift the Kenku works so well. It really does. I've played a couple of D&D things with her, and they've been one shots where she played other characters, but the Kenku is just a really like it is just a natural fit. The music is cresting, let's say. Yeah, so I think I arrived in a boat, and India was busking on the docks, and I noticed that people were like giving her like pieces of change, and I think the story was like I thought she was a toll keeper and I had to pay her in order to get off the docks, so I put a coin that I had into her hat, and it happened to be like a gold piece or something surprising enough for her to be like, I'm going to stick by this person because they give me money and they don't know the value of it. And friendship blossomed from there. You like the idea of Bumblebear? Yeah, so an idea I had for Bumblebear's like bear friend was like, I keep saying like, I sound like a high school teenager. Every season or so, the leader of all the bear clans, they meet, and then one of the bears that's designated that is designated the Bear King. Here's a bear. They get a set of antlers to sort of denote their kind of barely kingly status, and it was the first kind of winter of Bumblebear's friend Bear being Antler Bear, and then he gets killed. And so Bumblebear, as a mark of respect, I think skins him. So like in a sense of like, don't let anything go to waste thing. But now Bumblebear has his bear friend as a hood and a big bushy beard and a nose, bushy eyebrows, and I have a feat that is the pole master thing, so it means that I have a big old spear, and if anyone gets close, I stab them. And I probably have twigs and stuff, and my big old bear cloak. There's not really more to the story yet. We need to play D&D more. I also like, because I'm a druid, I've got a couple of spells. My cantrips are Shillelagh, because that allows me, because he's not very strong, but it means he can put all of his know-how. This is a brain. I'm not really gonna draw the brain, but he can put all of his wisdom into his fighting prowess. So he can literally like put his wisdom into his wisdom stick and beat people with his wisdom stick. But yeah. Trashbot would not make a good dungeon master. We have a bot. Actually, they're in the YouTube as well. Like, I wonder if this will work. Let's try. Does this work? Trashbot, are you there? Yeah, no, that worked. But it actually didn't show the image in mine. It didn't work. That's terrible, but yeah, Trashbot lives both on the Discord server and in the YouTube and the Twitch channel. They would not make a good DM though. Also, yeah, he's got a quarterstaff. Come on, give me. Yeah, he's got a quarterstaff, and like Usopp, he's got like a sling at the end of it, so he can punt magic stones. There's a Critical Role style show called Dublin and Dragons. Oh, let me write that down. Let me write that down here. Dublin and Dragon. I'll check them out. Pudu, it is not a public Discord. However, simply based on Thunder Tides, I think you would fit in. So if you give me an email to Doig Swift at gmail.com and say, hello, my name is Pudu, then no, we'll do it aloud. Then I can send you an invite. It's a curated bunch because we want people who are dedicated to like helping others, working on their art and stuff. It's not a like a fan server. It's more of a like study group. Make sure he knows absolutely no cool dudes allowed. Noah's in it. Just tends to insult people. I think I want to do something with this part of his cloth cape. Feels a little like it's just sort of not doing anything. So maybe there'd be like tension. Tension here because he's like raising his arm. And it would be wrapping around. What do you think? I just kind of planned out. Yeah, I just kind of planned out. So maybe the wind could be catching it. Like your experienced actual Mike thought patterns of when he doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe it could loop around like that. Now that you mention it, their hand is probably too big. So I'm just gonna scale that down. Oh. What do you guys recommend for practicing gesture for animation? There's sites like Line of Action, things like that, short poses, under a minute, and do as many of them as you can. What you want to do is get a really quick line of action, actually. So usually what I see is like kind of follow the curve of the spine, although not always. Like say, it's hard to do this without actual reference. Let's look at figure. Googling figure. Okay, come here, Naruto. Yeah, it's Naruto in action figure form. Like, my first feeling is like you feel that sort of motion from like here. That's a pretty good swoop there, if I do say so. Pretty good one swoop. And then you got like the secondary stuff. But yeah, like getting that strong gestural feeling and not worrying too much about the detail. I try to work from the torso out. That's crummy. Hang on. Brain fart time. I wasn't looking at the chat for a little bit there from when someone said... Yeah, unfriended. Yeah, just sort of keep it loose. India's way better at gesture than I am, so maybe if you're on a stream when she's here, she can run you through things. This is someone falling over. Because they've been kicked to the head. No, kicked to the... all the forces. Like, boom. And they're like, oh no, going this way. You know who's really good for gesture? Walter Salt. And the reason he is awesome, is that he talks about like the flow of energy in a figure. So as I'm like making these arrows to be like, it's going this way. That's Totes. Totes Walter. Wouter? Wouter. Not Walter. Wouter. Oh, but Unfriended use reference all the time. Reference is like professional practice. You saw Wouter at Dingle. Yeah, he's amazing. A good practice to do is like, if you do a gesture thumbnail of what you want, you know, hands on hips, or whatever you want to draw, and then take a photo with the blinky light of you doing that. Then you can use your original sketch plus, well, it's just a photo, and then combine them into your drawing. So that way you're not relying on reference to give you the, you're not relying on reference to give you the idea. And that's probably the strongest combo. That's why learning how to do gestures and thumbnails and everything is really important, so that you can idea generate and draw independently, but then you can use the construction and the anatomy and the perspective and all of that to inform your drawing to make it even stronger. Give him a shield. And a sword. But yeah, references so vital, like, because you don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of everything in your head. So okay, Poodoo, take care. We got Gorshed. Music. Thank you for the follow. So what I might do later is ask India to like pose her hand for this. I think maybe one for this, although I'm quite happy with the general shape of that. And maybe something for the legs, although I think they'll they're less important. Oh, you're very welcome. So do art schools actually teach you these skills? The art school your brother went to didn't do very much teaching, and he was super discouraged. I studied a course called Computer Arts in Dundee, and it was a very generalist course, and a lot of it was like modules based on very broad topics. And what this taught me was that learning is your responsibility. Never place what you need to learn on other people. Like, I think the best skill that you can develop is learning how to learn. Because if you can self-teach, you can figure out what questions you need to ask to get you to the next step. Not have this dependency on like, okay, I don't know what I don't know, and hopefully someone who does know will tell me. If you can figure out what the questions are, you can kind of figure out where to seek the answers from. So I would say no. I wasn't taught these skills in university. I had to like figure stuff out, but there's definitely people that I've talked to along the way. Like I think the best way is just put yourself out there and like go and talk to people making stuff. Professional artists, go to conventions, go to industry workshops, or like if you really want to know and want to talk the talk, go to industry workshops. I think there's something called actually industry workshop. Go before you graduate. Go as soon as you can. I don't know what the entry requirements are or like what the ticket prices are, but they're worth the money. And then like just get your work in front of people. Unless you're going to like unless you're going to like really specific atelier level, like they will teach you from the ground up painting and drawing. Generally art schools will miss things. They'll be so wrapped up on trying to tick boxes for a curriculum that is like democratically elected to be proficiently whatever, that they won't be able to keep up with the latest software, they just won't be able to keep up. But that's not to say that all of these fundamental drawing skills that you can learn and all the fundamental core theories to art making are on the internet. Just do a search. All of color theory, figure drawing. Like there's the YouTube series Proco if you want to learn how to break down a figure. It's mostly free. How to establish values for a composition, how to generally composition, how to make that meaningful. I'm like railing stuff up on my head. Like, don't wait to be taught, is my advice. And I think you can see it in this younger generation who have had access to the internet at a much earlier age, is the resources that they needed to advance weren't held back by geography. They weren't like behind a library wall or a library card or have visiting hours attached to them. You've got people coming out of high school who have grown up with just art making around them the whole time. Where's Swift? She is... I don't know where she is. I think she's upstairs. You'll have to explain to me what a liberal arts degree is. Because I don't know the specifics of that, but I'm curious. Because she must cameo. Maybe tweet at her or something. Be like, where are you at, Swift? Yeah, I think a lot of young artists, they get caught up on surface stuff, and that's what I mean by that is like, oh, I'm still trying to figure out my style. Like, don't worry about your style, just learn to draw, and once you've learned to draw, you'll have a style. Because your style is just all of your limitations and all of your it's just how you draw. Once you've learned how to draw, it's how you draw. You know? Like, you can do emulation, you can try and use elements that you've seen in other artwork, like take Starlight Brigade for example. India took cues for how shape language was used in Ghibli character design, or like the way that fabric is depicted in Ghibli drawings isn't the way that she would normally draw them. But she looked at what fundamentally communicated those materials and those shapes, and she stuck them into the designs of Strive, and even the other brigadiers have that softening of shapes. You're taking notes on your art advice. Oh gosh. Cool. Yeah, I think, you know what's really interesting? I had an experience at university where I remember this guy, I think he was in the year below me. And all he did, I think he realized once he got into the university course that it wasn't living up to his expectation. They weren't delivering the kind of knowledge that he wanted them to. They weren't up to his scratch. He graduated and then he got a job at the university that he studied at, and he worked his way to being course leader. I think I might be paraphrasing now, but I think that's what he did. And he built the course he would have wanted for the students that came after him. Which I think is like, he stuck to his guns of like, no, this could be better. Which I think is pretty awesome. I forgot to draw. I stopped drawing. But yeah, you there's a certain amount of work ethic that you need for university, that you will get out what you put in. And like, if you see the course as being kind of easy, or like if you just kind of coast through, you won't get out of it what you could have. But it's like, you can push yourself to make more than is expected of you, and then excel in a course that may not allow others to excel. But yeah, I think an important thing to, I just think off the top of my head stuff, shit, I'm rambling now, but don't compare. If you're in a like a school class, don't limit yourself to comparing yourself to the other people in your class. Look beyond that to professional artists and compare yourself to them, as daunting as that is, because it's a small group of people that are in your class, and if you're like, oh, I'm the best of the class, that doesn't mean anything when you actually graduate. I need to scroll back up because I realized that I asked you what liberal arts were, and I don't know if I got. Okay, liberal arts is humanities like international studies, English, philosophy, history. Right, I gotcha. That's a cool grounding. You remember your art professor always poking your art because it was cartoony and not realistic. And I had to remind him that there are more to art than Monet and Van Gogh. Yeah, it's very true. Like the breadth of art making is broader than Monet and Van Gogh. But if you're drawing cartoonily because it's the only thing you can draw, then I would build your skills to the point that drawing cartoons is a choice and not like trying to think of the opposite of a choice, but not a choice. Because I think in order to, like, cartoon drawing is an abstraction from observed drawing of people. So when you draw a cartoon, it's a symbol of the face of a person that exists. So if you can structurally draw a realistic face, your cartooning will be all the stronger for it. And I think a lot of people butt up against art teachers in that way because they're like, no, this is how I want to draw, and they're like, well, they almost can't communicate that observed drawing will be to the betterment of your cartoon abstract drawing. I think they're just worried that they're gonna have students who can just draw cartoons graduate from their class. Just reading over the chat, see if I missed anything. But yeah, I'm not really getting any work done. You got me into rant mode. Yeah, Melody. That's cool. My art teacher was like, your art's too comic booky. And I was like annoyed at the time as well. But in retrospect, I was like, yeah, I probably should have tried drawing faces and stuff more at that point in my life. Idano, are you asking what the Starlight Brigade animation is about? Can you be more specific? Like, I don't want to answer that question if that's not the question you're asking. You don't know how I stay up this late and wake up at 7. I don't usually stay up this late. I just realized what the time was. I'll be fine. This stream's got me G's. What is the character doing? What is his quest? Well, this particular character, his quest was to return the skies that were stolen by a massive dark current. Oh, you're very welcome, Lymanigans. Thanks for keeping me company. It's been swale. See what happens if I scale down. Yeah. Dutch angling it, boyo. Yeah. Do. Cool, Tyler. Hopefully my ramblings have been useful. What were they? Don't wait to be taught. Learn how to learn. Don't be a goober. I think the cat is coughing. Never place what you need to learn on other people. Yeah. Oh, we got Ani Mango. Thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy our art making and what's up, Doig and Swift? It's just myself, just Doig here. I'm doing a fanart of Strive, a character from Starlight Brigade, who is reaching for a star above him. Question for cosplay: how would you describe their shoes? Because oh, cat. You gonna jump? You gonna jump? Yeah, you jump. Because I saw the star sitting beneath the cloth of the legs of their boots, but you seem to be drawing the stars on the outside. That is a good question. I think go by what is on the model sheet. This is like a fan interpretation. I think I will probably like wrap the sides of the stars around. But I always saw them as like almost a place where a buckle would be. What do I consider your best drawing and or animation? I didn't animate on Starlight Brigade, but I would consider that the best thing I've worked on. Oh, thanks, Kijin. You just got cosplay packages. They arrived. Oh my god. The cat is super purring. Can you hear the cat? Buffy, come here. You little goof. Rawr, rawr. What? What was the one moment that made you decide that you wanted to become an artist? Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. But I kind of stopped for a good while. Well, never really stopped, but like I wasn't one of those kids who would draw every day. It wasn't until high school later on that I was like, I was so introverted that I found it difficult to talk to people. I find it like I got so overwhelmed and nervous, but drawing let me do something that expressed kind of who I was. And I would always hope for like my sketchbook would be my icebreaker. I would always hope someone would ask me what I was drawing. And I think it was then that I kind of knew that art making was something that was part of who I was. I don't know if you've ever experienced the thing where like you don't want anyone to see you drawing. I've never had that. I've always hoped that like I don't mind people watching me draw. Backseat art drivers though, that's a different thing. I don't think that would have worked, Tyler, considering I know both what you look like and what you sound like. Yes, it does. Hello. Yeah, so for streams and stuff, I was more nervous of talking on streams than I was showing, like, drawing and art making on them. In Starlight Brigade, there's one particular frame during the main character's transformation where everything turns red. It was incredible. Who drew that? I would say that that frame is in the original boards. So the idea and the concept for that is India's. In the animation itself, the Strive character drawing is Al. The flame particle effects were by Patrick. the red overlay and general look of the frame was me compositing it. So yeah, I guess it was definitely a team effort. But it was all built towards trying to get that idea and that vision across. I think if you're working in a small enough team, you can really have an impact and like really be a part of the process. I think large teams, it's probably a different experience. I've never worked on a large team animation project before, so I don't actually know what it's like. You posted a doodle of Strive. That's awesome. You use a capture of the transformation for a lot of your social media. It's cool. Yeah. Which means a lot more people will see it. Yeah, we really are a tiny team. Is it gonna be a Swifty cameo? It is Swift. Hello. Don't really know why your lavender is full. What you been doing? Starlight Brigade. Oh my gosh. India's drawing Strive in like casual clothing. That looks great. I was giving people art advice. I would say it was unsolicited, but I got asked a question. Hey, Watermelon. Or just, Melon. Hi. Melon. Melon. Yeah, you should go to bed. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'll power through. I will sleep. Yeah. Thank you. They're saying hello.
Oh, hey guys.
Yeah, you did. Important. Drop yourself. Meat part. There must have been meat involved. Renee's like, Doig, you're still streaming. Yeah, where'd you go, Renee?
Oh.
I will soon. You want me to look at the Sweet Nuts chat real quick? Okay, let me... Go. What?
Right.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna show that. This is it. This is I think that's Greg.
Greg. Oh.
Captain. That's so
But
cool.
I-
Momo's Drive.
Bro,
Stromo. Everyone has Renee Putin. It's you as the fart bender with Momo Strive. It's beautiful. It's the best thing to ever have existed. Avatar the Last Starbender. Nice. I'm not. Bye-bye. That's really cool, Renee. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, so that was a Greg Zilla drawing that you were all a party to. Immortalized on the on the stream there. Hope it was okay for me to share that. I felt like it would have been like mean to have reacted, and then people were like, "What are you reacting to?" We're on some pretty like adventure music. I just like tuned my ears back into what was going on there. Our cat beeps. What show are you watching, Noah? Because yeah, I know certain shows that I like watch only for one character. Like, I don't, did you guys watch the Netflix series of Sabrina? I so just kept watching for I want to say his name's Ampharos, but that's a Pokemon. Her cousin, who's like House Lock. I kept watching the show for him. What you beeping at me? Oh, that. You. Kind of wish I had the webcam here. Look at this fluffy butt. This cat loves to rub her face on everything. You're claiming everything. Come and claim the mic. Oh, gonna headbutt the chair. The cat's name is Buffy. Say that again. Buffy. Or Hufflepuff. Or Buffalo. Or Scruff. Or Boof Magoo. Hey, Boof Magoo. Yeah, like Buffy from the Vampire Slayer series. I'm still not happy with the way this cloak is happening. You keep jumping up. What is it you want? You want food? Being a distraction. Yeah. Being I don't know what it is. Think about the cake. Yeah. It's kind of par for the course. Cup of noodles, yeah, I think so. It may even have a background. We'll see. Yeah, I like Daredevil. I particularly like the first season, like that choreographed fight in the kind of corridor thing is amazing. You challenged me to a duel. What you mean? There's a lot of corridors. Yeah, I don't remember specifically which corridor. Yeah, I think it will have been the Unbroken Shot one, yeah. Oscar, thank you. It was an amazing experience to work on. Do I still have tea? I do. Ah. Did you watch The Punisher as well? I like the first season of Punisher. I think it's really good. I like the actor that they have playing Frank Castle. He fits the role really well, I think. Not that I'm super familiar with the Punisher character, to be honest, but I think he brings an authenticity to the character in the show. Yeah, I would say so. First season. Second season is a little more it's a little more kind of like the first season kind of has a really strong arc, I think, and the second season is a little more meandery. I'm still not satisfied with the cloak. This is really bugging me. I think what I'll do is just try and do the gesture again. Like, and like, I think when I originally drew the upper half, he was falling, but then I didn't really like the legs, so I planted them, so it's more of a kind of like billowy up. It's a good question. I think it's something I need to establish, but I think this is maybe a nice kind of like MESE curve. The gesture is really important. I think I was losing it as I was painting. You know, it was getting a bit too... This is better. Naruto is still stood in the corner, by the way. I'd forgotten. Yeah, this is a much nicer swoop. Oh, what did they miss? Man, I can't believe I have to pinch myself where I'm like, I'm talking to a cosplayer who is talking about making a costume of a character that I helped design. How is that happening? Yeah, let's say he's like standing at the top of his like tower or something. With fitted undershirt for their sleeves. Ah, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you don't have to be a celebrity or anything. Just the mere fact that you want to cosplay, it makes you a cosplayer to me. I am so not like up to speed on cosplayers or like fame levels or any like that is not anything I've kept up with. But yeah, if you are like in oh wow, we have made it through the entirety of my 2.5 hour playlist. Well, time to start again. Yeah, if you ever find that drawing's not working, it's often better just to fresh stab it. Oops. Always wondered how different content creators feel towards cosplay. I personally think it's really cool. If I ever want a new playlist, I can so I can only play certain things on the stream. Which is the playlist I'm playing now. It's all on this thing called Epidemic Sound, and we pay a monthly subscription to be able to play those songs on our channel. But outside of that, yeah, send me cool music stuff. Yeah, we were getting like a whole heap ton of copyright, not strikes, but just notices that like the owners of the music were monetizing our videos, and we don't monetize ourselves, so it kind of made not monetizing our own videos pointless. Because like, oh, we don't want to put ads on our content, and then it's like all these musicians who rightfully like need to get supported for their work put it on anyway. So rather than like indirectly give money to musicians, we thought, hey, let's just give money to musicians and use their music through a system that won't like affect the end user, and means that like our money is going directly to the people that made the music we listen to. Cool. So are you building the costume for a specific event that's coming up, or is it more like you make costumes to have just in case? Or I'm curious. I always have a point where I like get to a point kind of around this point in a painting, and then I'm like, I don't want to keep painting and ruining it. So let's take it to color. Tyler, I exhibited a game at MCM once in London. When I was working on the indie game with my friends. So I've been. It's pretty crazy. Like all the cosplay and stuff that was going on. We saw Harley Quinn with like a massive hammer. Yeah, I think we could probably figure out the cloak in color. I shouldn't, but you know. Wow. Get rid of. There's a convention in July coming up, so that's really fun, but the main point is for pictures. Okay, cool. Okay. Drives in there. Are you gonna make the gonna put some LED? Wait. I feel like the characters' lights and stuff would be pretty awesome, fun to make into a costume. I'm gonna take. You're gonna make the gem light up. Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna take some translucent plastic, put lights inside there. That's super cool. So what I'm doing here is taking a color layer over the top, preserve my values, and then I'll probably paint on top of those. One of my favorite parts of the design is the interior color of his cloak, being that like really vibrant blue. He wondered why the choice to make his face two colors like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think that was a India decision. If you look at her, if you look at her like, let me find concept. Hotkey for India. The thing she retweeted. Not the thing she retweeted. Still more things she tweeted. Oh my god, India. Okay, we got to the concept dump. Yeah, also a cool starling. That was some of the color inspiration. Like you see the plumage on the back of this starling, that's totes the inspiration for like the cloth his cloak. But I think this one here and this one here, these were kind of very early on sketches. I believe that the actual shape that it became was so that there was like an arrow shape pointing up in the design. A lot of Strive's motifs are this like upwards arrow, this forward movement, this wanting to rise. So you can see it in the back of his cloak. You can see it here. See it here. I think the reason we didn't go for the hats, you know what? I think India is about to write a post about all of this. So I'll keep this brief. This is her. This is her greatness. This character is all about rising. There is so much that you can communicate to an audience without saying a word. And great design and really powerful craft is that silent, like, it's telling your audience or showing your audience everything they need to know. Without like wasting time with like exposition. To answer your question earlier, Psycho, what I've got this on is a color mode, and I'm just painting over the top of my values. Oh, please do. Yeah, go for it, Electric Kitty. Like that strong character design, and then the characters acting exemplifying like what they're like. People have said like it feels like I know these characters and they haven't even spoken. Like they have, but they haven't said anything, but they've told you who they are. They've shown you who they are. And that's why character design can resonate with people. That's how you can kind of figure out a lot of stuff up front and then like demonstrate that to an audience. We got Gagor. Who's the follow? Oscar. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Glad you feel like we were worth sticking around for. Yeah, cosplay is all about the love for character design. Okay. There's like a pet peeve I have with cosplay. Don't at me about this. It's when cosplayers will take a design and then alter it to make like to sexualize it or make it more like sexually appealing. I'm always kind of like, why? And I get why, but like you're tampering with the design to put in a boob window. Like you enjoy the character design, you can put your own twist and stuff in it. Like remixing is also cool, but it takes it from being a place where you're like you're celebrating the character design to where the costume just becomes a frame for your sexuality. But I get why. I'm just like, when I see it, I'm like, oh well, okay. You've been seeing a lot of Starlight Brigade not safe for work. I've managed to miss it. Well, a bunch of it. But yeah, it's gonna happen. I think India was watching a stream earlier and she's like, "No, it's cool, you know, porn's fine." And then like actually confronting the fact that someone's drawing like a naked Strive, she's like, "I don't feel comfortable with this now." I think because in her head she's like, Strive's a kid. So yeah. Let me check my Twitter and see whether I have pictures from you. You could probably just confirm whether I'm actually gonna find any. So much, I think. Oh. You're not ready yet. That's fine. That's fine. You like Strive because they look cool. That's a good point. You guys, Tyler says, you designed Kid Strive. You think about it, you guys made his whole life. Fair part of it. Let's see. I think this is gonna look pretty cool. I think I'll add a little bit. I'll hopefully do more streams. I don't know if I'll go this late usually. Like it's 1:30 in the morning now. Like what day would you say is good for watching stream day? See you, Jenna. Thank you very much for joining us. You ever reach the point where it's that late at night, early in the morning, you say, you know what, I might as well stay up. Only if I have like crazy deadlines. The last few days of Starlight Brigade were kind of sleep while it renders, wake up in like a couple of hours to see how it's going type scenario. I haven't saved this in a while. Let's just hit save on that. You think weekends are good, and you think Wednesdays are good. Okay. Wednesday might be a good call, because we stream Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays. But then not Thursdays, so you can like stream late and it doesn't matter. Unlike today where I'm streaming again in 5 hours. Yeah. Let's say evening streams could happen Wednesdays and Saturdays. And that way the lateness doesn't matter. That feels good. Oh yeah, wait, he's got the gem color. Yeah, group calls are really fun. I would agree. I just realized that they did. Cool. Thank you, Voodoo. Gurren Lagann is amazing. Specifically, the first half of Gurren Lagann is crazy good. Oh, I love this intersection between like the vibrant blue, the warmth purple, this kind of like almost neon blue. That is, live for this. You tweeted. Let me see. Keep an eye out for India's thinking of showing the pitch materials. Like her initial brainstorm, like seeds of all the ideas that came afterwards to show how she approached storytelling. She's going to be putting like that material on our Patreon public post. So if you are interested in, you know, the storytelling ideas behind character and the moments and everything, then it's going to go up there. Hey, got it. The video. Hello. I will. I'll watch it after the stream if that's cool. Super cool though. Because you're excited and sleepy. And it must be late for you as well. Our next official stream is in 5 hours from now. I'll sleep soon, don't worry. I think I'm gonna call the stream at 3. Yeah, wow. I think I need to actually bring in some of the... Yeah, there we go. think this needs to be a different shade white. Can we make some Akira fan art sometime soon? Possibly. Yeah. I think Swift and I made a list of things we'd like to do fan art of, and Akira was on there. You're welcome for the poofy hair. Gonna give the eye it's a bit of a blue glow. That one's probably bad. It's colored off. Leggings are here, easy. Shoes, I got the base off, just some blue sneakers. Go buy fabric, like book covers. Cool. They showed more monsters in another ice point. So, cool. I don't really want to know what the monsters are ahead of time. I like discovering. Hey, you might be complaining about having to make the two-tone hands, but we had to like animate and then color all of his two-tone hands. Thinking of getting a light blue galaxy fabric for the inside instead of regular blue. Yeah, I think that sounds really cool. I've seen people like take like a cool stance on both like the pink in his hair having stars in them, and other aspects of the character design having stars in it, and I think it's really cool. Like we were limited to what we could feasibly do animation wise, with it. Although come to think of it, we probably could have done like a shape for that particular color and then track matted it, but yeah, I've barely played Monster Hunter, dude. Bloof. Yeah, Bloof knows you. Hey Zenith Knight, welcome. Gem need pink fabric and translucent plastic to make gem and wire switch to sit the underside cummerbund, and I'll close it off with pink fabric. Oh. Then you can play like Dejected Strive and Heroic Strive by switching it off and on. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, the strife thing is pretty funny. Kind of reminds me of if Strive went full Spider-Man 3 with a dance sequence. I'm Strive. Hazani, I don't think that's a stupid question. I think that's actually a topic that came up earlier. I think someone said that Strive would potentially be a paladin. Ninja Brian was a rogue, and I don't know what they decided those are. Strive as a bard is, you know, probably a good call as well. Nah, he'd be way cooler than the Caloran. Caloran's a bit of a dirt, if you ask me. Swift has gone to bed. She was here briefly. She showed me her doodles, which were really cool. They had Strive in casual clothing. That does sound comfy. You'll both be warm and comfortable. Whatever came about with the Undertale playthrough? What do you mean? Do you mean the Deltarune playthrough? Oh, did they have the AC like up so that people wearing, you know, several layers of do-it-yourself microwaves don't die? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, we finished Deltarune. So there's a whole like recording of that needs to be edited. Yeah, like if we had an editor, there'd be like the Dream Daddy Let's Play, start Hyperlight Drifter. There's a couple other series that we recorded, but I just like trying to prioritize the other stuff we have to do. Like so unfortunately it's always like backburnered. Feel free to send them your way. You've got a 4-month summer. Might take you up on that. I'd have to ask India. But thank you for the offer. Hey, David. I've been live for a few hours now. It's just me and yeah. You leave to feed your kids and I go live? Yeah, dude. I felt like paint and strive, you know. Hello, live cookie over on Picardo. Yeah, I want to start doing more evening streams. I think it's way better for people to like find us. Like my goal in the wake of having worked on like the TWRP video is to kind of let people know that Swift and I exist. I'm painting Strive, a fan art of a character from TWRP's latest music video for the song Starlight Brigade, featuring Dan Avida. Techno Kid, hey, so have you been following the channel for a while, but this is your first stream? Oh, that would be sweet. I was thinking maybe Wednesday, Saturdays, as a kind of like, because we stream Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays in the mornings. So if I did Wednesday, it means that I don't have a hard cutoff to wake up, or you have no clue what I just said. I don't have a hard cutoff to wake up for the next day on Thursdays and Sundays, which means I can go late like this, actually. But I don't know how often it's going to be. But yeah, drawing with you would be great. We could do like guest streams or something. I don't know, I feel like David might be out of his hyper-turd realism phase. He's moved on to projectile secretion. Wait, no, I meant vomiting, but that never mind. You'd love to guess Electric Kitty. Electric Caddy, sorry. I was referring specifically to David there, but you know, you never know. Oh no. But now you understand. Gotcha. How's it going with you, David? Said you're feeding your kids. Did you go out hunting? Did you bring down a saber tooth? Is the tribe now satisfied? Ooh, I could do with eating something before going to bed. Probably a bad idea, but I is hungry. Live Cookie, if you search on YouTube TWRP and then Starlight Brigade, you'll see the character I'm drawing. Oh, that's awesome, David. I hope it's all done and dusted for you. Maybe I should have like command for you know what? Command Electricati. That's a good question. I think it still is. SD. Up. There we go. Hopefully. New command. Cool. Just adding a command for my bot so that they know about Starlight Brigade now. %, there. I have to do the final polish. Final doc. Awesome. Very cool. What's my weekend plans? Oh, think I'm gonna be going through some After Effects stuff with Melon at some point of the weekend. Aside from that, I don't know. No solid plan. Probably a bit of working, as you do. I need to add like more of an overlay that can recede back. I was just about to ask what your plans were. You're gonna watch your sisters. Oh, that's cool. Man, I need a weekend away. Let's see. This might be bad. Nah, I think I've got this on. No, we went to Paris once. I really liked that. So something maybe like a European city or something would be real nice. My flatmate is coughing up his lungs. I think I'm gonna leave this here. It is past 3 AM. I'm gonna call the stream and hopefully pick this up again tomorrow. It's been super cool and chill, and thank you very much for giving me company on this very, very, very long stream. Doesn't feel like I made too much progress, but it was fun talking and hanging out. And if you're still awake and your time zone permits, I'll be back in like 4 hours. Oh geez, maybe it'll just be Swifty. But yeah, it's been really chill. And David, yeah, I'll probably catch you tomorrow or later tonight for you. Yeah, I might sleep for 4 hours, stream for 2 hours, sleep a little bit more, and then carry on with my day. You're doing a strife sketch with Spider-Man 3 fingers. Cool. Kiss out tonight. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Annie. Let's see. Do I have an outro? Don't really have an outro. Wait, I do. There it is. Wow. Yeah. I usually do like an outro with India that's like, may the rest of your day, and then she would be the next part, but it just kind of goes, may the rest of your day be filled with adventure. Well, there's a big kind of like song at the end and stuff, but I feel silly doing it on my own. Yeah. So hopefully you all have a pleasant night and evening and sleep well and everything like that. And we'll be back soon. Good night.